today's video is going to be the start of another makeup lookbook for the week. So I'm going to tell you guys what's on my face today. Originally I was going to see my boyfriend, but he said that it was a little bit too hot to hang out today, so I just went and got my nails done, and I actually filmed a get ready with me with this look. And I normally wouldn't do a look like this if I was just, you know, chilling at home for the rest of the night, but I was already doing my makeup, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna finish doing it because my eye makeup was already done by the time he said, like, come over tomorrow instead. So it's really okay. I was planning to stay home tomorrow instead anyway, but now I could finally go get my nails done, so I did like this poolside turquoise blue color. I've been wanting to do blue, like, for the past, like, month already, but I never had a chance to go in the month of June. So yeah, anyway, I don't know why I'm so tired now. I think it's just the heat, because I wasn't really that tired earlier, and now I'm already tired, even though the only thing I did was went and get my nails done. But I think it's because since you're exposed to the heat, you get tired very easily. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and then the Dewdrop Lip Oil, and then just set my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then I decided to go in with the ColourPop in the Limelight palette today, because I do include this in my summer palettes video. Hopefully I'll be able to get that up soon. It probably should be up way before this video goes up. So I just wanted to use a couple of shades from this today. So I used the shade Debut in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with After Party. And then I used Layout on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I went in with Playdate. And it's kind of like a more olivey green shade. And since I wore like this green and pink shirt today, it goes like perfectly with this look. And then I just put on Blanc Type by MAC on the brow bone. And then for my inner corners, I just used the shade Star Power, and it's such a stunning, like, limey green shade. It's just so pretty. I just want to put a little bit more right here. It's just such a pretty shade. Like, it literally just lightens up your look so much, and I love it. So that's everything that I used from the palette today. And then for my waterline, I went in with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Aglow. And then for my mascara, I used the Essence Lash Primer, and then I used the ColourPop Act Natural Defining Mascara on the top lashes. And then I used the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then I also found out that there's only 2 people on at work today, so I don't know why they didn't just ask me to come in for like a couple of hours today, because then I could have, but it's fine. Like, I just need a day to myself, so it's not like a huge deal. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and then the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. I love this stuff. I feel like I'm going to use this up probably by the end of July, early August, because I use this so much. I'm probably going to end up repurchasing it, and I'm probably going to end up getting the full size because I love that primer so much. It pretty much replaced the Valentino primer for me. That's like almost $60. This is like $15, so I'd rather spend that. And then for my foundation, I went in with the Tarte C Hydroflex Serum Foundation in the shade 12N Fair Neutral. I haven't used this in a while, and I always forget like how beautiful it makes my skin look, so I wanted to pop on that today. And then for my concealer, I used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer in the shade Fair Beige. And then I just set my under eyes with the House Labs powder, the translucent, and then I just used the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder to set the rest of my face. And then for my bronzer, I went in with the Milani Dolce bronzer. I just felt like using that today. I've just been rotating this one, the ColourPop one, and the Ilia one for like everyday use. And then for my, I'm already getting out of breath. I'm tired. I don't know why. I did work out today. So for my blush, I went in with the Sigma, it's just called the Sigma Blush in the shade Corderosa. It's such a beautiful, like, warm tone pink, and that's exactly what I wanted today. And then for my highlight, I went in with the e.l.f. Multi-Dimensional Face and Body Shimmer. I forget what shade this is actually called because it doesn't say it on the packaging, but I don't think this is available from e.l.f. anymore. I got this, like, over 2 years ago at Marshall's, and it was like $3.99. This was part of the like electric collection from e.l.f. and it's such a pretty highlighter. And then I just set my face with the Do It spray again, and then I just brushed through my brows with the ColourPop Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I went in with the NARS lipstick in the shade Dolce Vita. This is one of their really old ones, and it's kind of like a soft pink, but I really like how it looks with this look, and it kind of ties in the writing together. So yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys for another look tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys. So I forgot to tell you guys what my makeup look was when I was still wearing it. So I'm just going to tell you guys now. I'm just going to show you like a screenshot of my makeup look because I only have that because I did film a video wearing it. So I filmed my palette ranking today. So after that was done, I just wanted to take my makeup off because it was like 8 o'clock at that point because I killed my whole day at the bank today because my card was compromised, so I had to do all this stuff. So yeah, it sucked, but you know, at least it's taken care of now. So for my eyes, I just primed my eyes with my ColourPop Party Proof Primer and my Dewdrop Lip Oil. And then I just set my eyes with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then I went in with the last shimmer that I needed to test out in the Nomad Aquavango Safari palette. So I wanted to use this palette today. And now I have tested out this palette fully. So now I've tested out all the palettes that I've gotten recently fully. And I have to say I like it. I'm not like totally in love with this palette, but some of the looks I got today and yesterday I actually really liked. So for today's look, I used the mustardy shade Marami Game Reserve on the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Elusive Leopards. And then I used mostly Pack of Wild Dogs on the outer corner, but I also took a tiny bit of Honking Hippos just a little bit on the outer corner, just to deepen it up a little bit more. And then for my lid shade, I went in with the shade Keystone Termites. And this shade was actually a lot prettier than I thought. It was very pretty on the eyes. It was like a goldeny greenish kind of shade. It was really pretty. And then I just went in with the shade Leaping Leeches on my inner corners. So yeah, I'm really excited that I tested this palette fully. It always makes me happy when I finish testing out a palette because then it's like not as overwhelming. And I'm definitely going to use this palette more in the month of July. And then I just used Blanc Type on the brow bone. And then for my waterline, I just used LA Girls brown liner. And then for my mascara, I just used my ColourPop Lengthening Mascara on the top and bottom lashes and just prime with my Essence Lash Primer. And then for my face, I used the Milk Setting Spray, of course, to prep my skin. I'm going to have to get a new one of these because I'm almost completely out of it. So I wanted to get a new one when I get a couple of new things from Sephora because I really want to get a couple of things, but I'm also trying to save a little bit of money for the next couple of days. And then for my primer, I just went in with the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I've been using that a bit more often now because my face is mostly back to normal. And then for my face product today, my complexion product, I used the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I just wanted to use something light today, so I used the shade, what is this called again? Shade 1 Fair. I love this product. I use it often. And then for my concealer, I used the e.l.f. concealer, the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Oh my god, I'm just so tired. I've talked so much today. In the shade Fair Warm. And then I set my under eyes with the Becca Hydra Mist Powder. And then I set my face with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then for my bronzer, I used the ColourPop bronzer in the shade Alviva Beach. This is always my go-to if I don't want to think about what bronzer I'm going to use. This is always one of my all-time favorites. I love this bronzer. I'm trying to hit pan on it because I see like a majority of the imprint in the pan And it's gotten a lot flatter since I've gotten it, because I think this is almost a year old at this point. But what's annoying is that they now release this in smaller pan form for Target, and then also on ColourPop's website they have the smaller compacts. But it's okay because it's a bronzer, so I might be able to hit pan on that. But like with their highlighters, they really should just release them in the smaller packaging, because I feel like I would be more likely to go through a bronzer than a highlighter. But I digress. And then for my blush, I wanted to go into my Artist Couture Love Sprung palette today. I've had this in front of me for like months, and I haven't been able to dip into it, so I finally did today. And I just used the peach shade in here. And this is the shade Swoon Me, and it's such a gorgeous orangey color. And then for the highlighter, I used the Half Magic Beauty highlighter again. I just wanted to use it again because I thought it was so pretty, and why not use it more than once? So I just decided to go back into this one again. So this is the shade Enter the Glow. It's such a stunning highlighter, so I was like, I'll just use it again. And then I just set my face again with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I just went through my brows with my ColourPop Brow Boss Gel, and then for my lips, I just threw on the Tower 28 Tinted Lip Balm, Juice Bomb Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Mix. Y'all know how much I love this product, and I haven't used it since California, so I wanted to use it today. That was like 3 weeks ago, so one of my favorite products. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys, so I wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I'm just going to hang out with my boyfriend today. Since we didn't hang out yesterday, we're hanging out today. Duh. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and then used the Dewdrop Lip Oil on my lips, and then I set my eyes with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder, and then I used the Nomad Aquavango Safari Palette. And I just went down the row and used the top row to do a neutral look today. So I used Towering Giraffes in the crease, and I darkened up the crease more with Elusive Leopards. And then I used Pack of Wild Dogs on the outer corners. I think this might be the first time I'm using this in July. I can't remember what I used on July 1st. I don't think it was this palette. And then I used Leaping Leeches on my lid. And then I used a bit of Elusive Leopards on the lower lash line because I just wanted a little bit of something on the lower lash line today. And then I used Roaring Lions on the inner corners. And that's everything I used from the palette. I just want to get a little bit more use out of it this month. So it is in my summer palettes for 2023. So I used that. And then I just used Blanc Type on the brow bone. And then for my waterline, I used the LA Girl Brown Liner in the shade Brown. And then for my mascara, I used the Essence Lash Primer as always. And then I used the Wet n Wild Big Papa Mascara because I just felt like using that today. And then I used the Lash Discovery by Maybelline on my bottom lashes. And then for my face, I primed with the Do It Spray from Forthright Beauty, and then the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. And then for my tinted moisturizer, I used the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer in the shade 10N. And then for my concealer, I used the Lancome Teint Idol Ultra Wear Concealer in the shade 090. I haven't used that one in a little while, so I wanted to use it today. And then to set my face, I used the Rare Beauty powder because I haven't used that in a little bit. And then I used the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder again to set the rest of my face. And then for my bronzer, I wanted to use the ColourPop, but then I kind of pulled this out accidentally, and then I was like, I might as well use it. So I used the Marc Jacobs Tantric Omega Bronze Tantric Bronzer. Found this at Marshall's like a while back, but I don't use it enough, so I need to use it more. So I just put that on. And then for my blush, I used the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo Matte and Shimmer in the shades Soft Peach. So it comes with a matte blush and like a shimmery blush. So I took mostly this, and then I just topped it off slightly with the shimmery side. I think this is the only thing I still own from Cover FX. Literally just this. Like, I was never really super into the brand. I don't even know if they are a brand anymore. I keep on forgetting if they're still in Ulta or not, but I just bought that. And then for my highlight, I used the Nomad Balmoral Beach Kiss of Sun highlighter. And this is from the Cindy collection. I really wish they would come out with more highlighters in their collections because they are absolutely stunning. And I say this every single time that I use either of the Nomad highlighters that I own. They are just so beautiful that I wish they would come out with highlighters in their collections, or at least for like maybe like a summer collection. That would be super pretty. And then I just set my face again with the Do It spray, and then I just used the ColourPop Wow Brow in the brows. And then for my lips, I used the Dose of Colors and Desi and Katie Lippy in the shade Hey Girl. This is one of my all-time favorite lippies, and I haven't used it in a hot minute, so I wanted to pull that out today. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I also got my nails done yesterday, so I did like this poolside blue color. Since I didn't end up seeing him, I really wanted to get my nails done, so I finally had time to go. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys, I just wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look today. Was that right? My makeup look today? Yes. I thought I skipped a word or something. So yeah, I'm going to see my boyfriend soon. I just have to make a phone call, and then I'll be leaving probably in like a half hour. So yeah, it's like 3 o'clock right now. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and then the Dewdrop Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. What else is new? I'm not working, so those are usually the 3 products that I always use when I'm not working. And then I went in with the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I've been saying it wrong. It's the Yucca palette, not the Yucca palette. So it's like when you say Yucca, you're like, oh, yucky palette, you know? So I'm sorry that I've been saying the name wrong because it is a plant or a cactus. So I don't know why I've been saying Yucca palette. So it's Yucca. So I went in with this guy, and I used the shade Citrine in the crease. I'm just a little bit nervous about the phone call I need to make. It's for my dean of my college to help me get a job at some point. So yeah, and then I darkened up the crease more with Willow. I wanted to use a bit of the green today because I felt like this shade went so well with the shirt that I'm wearing. I'm just wearing this Nantucket t-shirt from Lucky, and this shirt was one of the most comfortable shirts I own from Lucky brand. And then I went in with Flax on the outer corners, and then I was gonna go in with Ray, but then I really wanted to use the shade Macchia again. So that's the shade I went with, and it's just such a beautiful like greenish gold shade. I love it. And then I smudged a bit of Tipu on the lower lash line. I didn't want it to be too yellow, but I also didn't want it to be brown. So Tipu's kind of like that medium toned yellowy brown, yellowy kind of shade, and it's just so pretty. So I put that on the lower lash line. And then for my inner corners, I went in with Kamurabi, which is like one of my favorites to use on the inner corners. Such a beautiful sparkly gold shade, and it's just so insanely sparkly on the inner corners. I love it. I'm obsessed with this palette, so I wanted to get a bit more use out of it this week, so I used that. And then I just used Blanc Type on the brow bone. And then for my face, I just primed my face with the Do It spray, and then I used the NYX Marshmallow Primer. And then for my face, I wanted to use the Soul Body Face and Body Makeup foundation in the shade Fair 2. This foundation claims that it's full coverage, but it's really not. I mostly use this foundation in this summertime, and it's just a beautiful lightweight foundation. It's not full coverage whatsoever, but it gives your face like such a beautiful coverage, even though it's a bit dark when you first put it on, because this is their lightest shade and it's a bit like yellowy for me. Once you put your concealer on and you put on the rest of your makeup, it's just so beautiful on your skin, and it kind of like blends into the shade of your skin that like it's not as dark as when you first put it on. I've loved that foundation for a couple of years at this point. ColourPop makes amazing complexion products, and that foundation is really, really good. And then I just wish they would come out with a new foundation at some point. Like, it's been like a hot minute since they released new liquid products. Like, especially a concealer. They haven't released a concealer in like a few years. And the last foundation they released was the Pretty Fresh foundation. And I've tried all 4 of their complexion products and they've all been bangers. Like, they're all so good. And their 2 concealers are fucking great too. So I hope they come out with like a hydrating concealer at some point. That would be so good for this summer. So maybe they're working on that. I don't know, but they need to release a new concealer soon because it's been like 2 years at this point. And then for my concealer, I went in with the Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito concealer. I haven't used this one in a little while, and this has always been one of my favorite drugstore concealers, and this one's in the shade Fair. It is a little bit more excuse me, full coverage than some of the other everyday concealers that I wear, but I'm kind of getting a bit bored with my concealers lately, so I wanted to pull out this one today, and it's just so nice. And then I set my under eyes with my Rare Beauty powder, and then I just set the rest of my face with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder again. What else is new? And then for my mascara and everything, I went in, I think I already put it back. Oh, it's right here. No, it's not right here. Where is it? It's just a little sample of the Say mascara. It's the only mascara that they have available, I'm pretty sure, but I think I already put it back with the rest of my mascaras. I don't know why I put it back already, but yeah, that's the mascara I use. And then on the lower lashes, I just use the Maybelline Lash Discovery, as I always do. And then for my waterline, I just went in with a nude liner. I wasn't really sure what kind of liner I wanted to use today. I didn't want to use something green, so I just went in with the LA Girl Ultimate Instant Stay Auto Liner in the shade Nude. And then for the rest of my face, I used the ColourPop Matte Bronzer in the shade Alviva Beach, and then I used just a nude blush in the shade Lunar Has It. Kind of like a nudie color. I just wanted to use something pretty muted because I didn't want to use like an orangey shade with this mustardy look. And then for my highlight, I went in with the Game Beauty Elemental Pearl highlighter in the shade 03 Geo. And I haven't used this in a hot minute. And this is such a stunning highlighter. I've been thinking about using it for a while, and it just goes so beautifully with this look because it's kind of like a yellowy, super sparkly highlight, and it's just stunning. So I'm happy I went in with that. And then I just set the rest of my face with the Do It spray again, and then just filled in my brows with the ColourPop Wow Brow. I feel like I've been talking for a century already. And then for my lipstick, I just went in with the ColourPop Luxe lipstick in the shade Layover. This is one of my all-time favorites from ColourPop, and I thought it was a pretty color to go with this look. It's kind of more of like a pinky nude, but it just looks so pretty with this. So yeah, that's it. So bye. Okay, so hey there guys, I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today and yesterday. I don't think this is the last look of this video. I think the last one is tomorrow. I just had some water, but it went down the wrong way, so that's why I sound like this. So good job, Caitlin. So yesterday I went out with my friend Chris, and we saw a couple of my other friends after that for a game night, and it was really fun. So I wanted to do like a colorful look, so I just primed my eyes with my Anastasia eye primer, and of course use the Dewdrop lip oil, and then set my eyes with the Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then for my look, I wanted to go in with the Odin's Eye Planet Spirit palette by Batty Bean and Odin's Eye, and I really just wanted to use a few of these shades because I wanted to jump back into this palette and use it a little bit more. I did include it in my summer palettes video, so I finally got some more use out of it yesterday. So the 2 mattes I used in this palette was Rescue in the Crease, and then I used Pride to darken up the defining area, and then I used some of it in my outer corners as well. And then I deepened it up with another shade that I'll show you guys in a minute. And then for the lid, I went in with Kindred. Kindred is such a stunning, like, multi-glitter purple shade. It's so gorgeous, so I used that. And then for the lower lash line, I used Fauna on the inner corners because I really wanted to use the multi-chrome and it looked stunning. And then I used just a little bit of Majestic right on this inner area just to add a little bit of gold, and it just looks so pretty. So those are all the shades that I used from that palette. And then I went in with just a tiny bit of the Flora Story palette with Odin's Eye and Makeup Just for Fun. And I just used 2 of the shades because I don't enjoy the mattes in here as much as the Planet Spirit palette. The Planet Spirit palette I have absolutely no issues with. This palette just gives me such issues. But if I use like the mattes like sparingly and lightly, it works out okay. So I wanted to use the deepest shade, which is the purple orchid shade, on the outer corners just to make it a bit darker. So that's what I did. And then I just took Clover to add a little bit of green on the lower lash line because I was wearing like a blue, green, pink kimono yesterday. So I wanted to incorporate a lot of the colors of the flowers. So those are the only 2 shades I used in that palette. So that is the eyeshadows that I used yesterday. So I was happy that I was able to use the Planet Spirit palette again. Hopefully I'll be able to dip into it maybe mid-July or something. We'll see. And then for the waterline, I used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Crystal Crush. Kind of goes perfectly with my nails. But I wanted to incorporate, can I speak? A little bit of the blue from the kimono in my waterline because I didn't want to put too much color on my lower lash line, and also I already added the green, so I wanted a bit of purple as well. I mean, a bit of blue as well. And then I just used the Essence Lash Primer to prime my lashes, and then I used the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water mascara, and then I used the Maybelline Lash Discovery, of course, on my bottom lashes. And then I just primed with my ColourPop Do It spray and the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And then for my foundation, I wanted to go in with the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation in the shade 1C. I haven't used this in a little while. I don't think I actually have used this since I went to California. So I was like, I really cannot believe it's already been almost a month since I was in California. I'm also wearing my Santa Monica shirt today. But yeah, I cannot believe it's been that long. I cannot recall another time that I've used this since then. So I wanted to use that yesterday. And then for my concealer, I just used the LYS Triple Fix Concealer in the shade LG3. And then I just set my face with my, I just used the Pat McGrath Labs powder underneath my eyes, and I just set my face with the Urban Decay powder, the Stay Naked powder. And then for my bronzer, I just went in with my Gucci bronzer in the shade 1, I believe. 01. So I just used that guy. And then for my blush, I wanted something a little bit pinky, but not too hot pink. So I used the ColourPop Powerpuff Girls blush in the shade Fighting Crime. And this one has a little bit more of like a slightly purpley pink hue to it. So it was absolutely perfect for that look. And it just looked really good. So I really loved that. And then for the highlighter, I decided to go in with my Classy Cake Cosmetics highlighters. I actually haven't used these in a really long time. And I wanted to use the 2 shades, Debutante and Tattooed Mama. This is Debutante's shade, which is my dear friend Debbie's shade. Can I speak today? My throat is throwing me off so much right now. So I just used these 2 shades, and they looked so pretty together because Debutante has more of like a lavender hue to it, and Tattooed Mama is more of like a pinky white. So both of them combined was like perfect for that look. And then I just set my face with my Milk Makeup Setting Spray. And then I just used my e.l.f. Wow Brow in my brows. And then for my lips, good, it's right here actually. I just used the ColourPop liner in the shade Brink to line my lips. And then for my lipstick, I used the Haus Labs Atomic Shake Lip Lacquer in the shade Rose Shine. I could not find the shade for a minute. And I just love this because it's such a pretty, easy lippy that you can use, that you don't have to put a lip gloss on top if you want a little bit of shine. Because I didn't want to use like a completely matte liquid lipstick. I wanted something with a bit of shine. So this is absolutely perfect. And I also haven't used this in a little while, so I was happy that I used that. And then for today's look, I just did a neutral eye because I'm actually just going to Ulta and then I'm going to be home for the rest of the day because I have some stuff to get done. I also have to film my favorites video when I get back home. So I just primed my eyes with my ColourPop Party Proof Primer, then my Dewdrop Lip Oil, and then I just set my eyes with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then I decided to go in with the Nomad Akavango Safari palette today because I need to get a little bit more use out of it still. So I just went in with some of the neutral mattes. So I used the shade Elusive Leopards in the crease, and I darkened up the crease more with Pack of Wild Dogs. And then for the outer corners, I used the shade Honking Hippos. And then for my lid, I used the shade Mighty Buffaloes. And then for the inner corners, I just used Keystone Termites. So it's kind of a cool tone look with a pink lippy, but I think it looks cute. And then I just used, of course, Blanc Type on the brow bone, and I did the same thing yesterday. I'd never change it. It's always the same. And then for my waterline, I just used my brown LA Girl liner. And then for my mascara, I just used the ColourPop Lengthening Mascara on the top and bottom lashes. And that was it for the eyes. And then for my face, I just went in with the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. And of course, I used the Fourth Ray Beauty Spray. Before that, why is my lippy bleeding? I don't know. That's freaking annoying. I don't know why the heck it did that. That's friggin' annoying. Also, I dropped my applicator, like the lippy, on my jeans as I was applying it. So there's like a little pink stain on my jeans. As soon as I put on my jeans. Oh my god, I cannot with myself right now. Okay, and then for my face, I used the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade Fair. I'm not even sure if I've used this since I came back from California, so I wanted to use it because it's just a light, easy product to use. Maybe I used this the last time I stayed home. Maybe it was like Wednesday or Thursday, so maybe I used it like a few days ago, but it's always like my go-to when I stay home and just like go out for like an errand or something. And then for my concealer, I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser in the shade 095 Cool Ivory. Speak English, Caitlin. Oh my god. And then to set my under eyes, I used the Becca Hydra Mist powder, and then I used the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder to set my face. And then for my bronzer, I used the ColourPop Alviva Beach bronzer. Okay, so this is the last look because there's actually a look that I forgot to include in the last one that I'm going to put in the beginning of this video. It was the look that I was wearing in my ranking all the palettes I tried in 2023 video. So I will put that in the beginning of this one. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer as always, and used the Dewdrop Lip Oil, and then set my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. And then I just went in again with the Natasha Denona Yucca palette, whatever it's called. Because I just wanted to use it again, and I was intending on using it with this shirt today. So this is a shirt that I got from Lucky last year, so I just felt like wearing it today. So I wanted to use some of the yellows and the oranges. I'm probably not going to use this palette again this week, but I did want to get a little bit more use out of it. So I used the shade Citrine in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Ixia, and then I used Flax on the outer corners. For some reason, Flax wasn't really blending amazingly today, but the look still turned out really pretty. And then, I don't know why I said sterned out. And then for the lid, I wanted to use the shade Ray. So I just put that all over the lid. And then I just put Blanc Type on the brow bone, as always. And then I smudged a little bit of Tipu on the lower lash line, and then I just used Kamarabi on the inner corners. I basically did mostly the same look that I did last time. I just didn't use the green, and I just decided to use the two yellows and the orange. So that was the only difference. Like, I still used these 1, 2, 3 mattes yesterday, and then this on the lower lash line, so I basically did the same thing again, but I just really like that color combo with the yellow and the orange. So, and plus those colors are in this shirt, so why not? And then I put Kamarabi on the inner corners. I don't know if I said that already. So yeah, that's everything I used from the palette. And then for my waterline, I just used Peach Fuzz by ColourPop, one of the cream gel liners. And then I just used the Essence Lash Primer. And then I used my ColourPop Act Natural Mascara. You guys have seen that a million times. I have the shade Brown. And then I used the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then for my face, I primed with the Do It Spray by Fourth Way Beauty and the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. I'm almost done with this. I am trying to use it up, but I use it almost every day. I love this primer so much. And then this I'm hoping to use up very soon. It takes me forever to use up a tinted moisturizer or foundation anymore. Like, I used to go through them like liquid water, and now it takes me like so long to finish one face product once a year at least, or by the end of the year. So I've had this since last April. I think I'll be able to use it up fairly soon. I use it like twice a week at least. So, and then for my concealer, I just use the Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser. I was trying to open the new one that I got, but then for some reason I can't find the new one. Like, I don't even know where I put it. Even though I was trying to open it. Oh, it's right here. It's right behind here. I couldn't open it, but I bought a backup yesterday. But this is the shade 095 Ivory. And then I just set my face and set my under eyes with the Rare Beauty powder, and then set my face with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. What else is new? And then for my bronzer, I used the Ilia bronzer in the shade Drawn In. And then for my blush, I actually went in with a new blush today because I didn't know my Ulta started carrying About Face by Halsey, and I've always been curious about trying the blushes, so I decided to pick one of them up. So I picked up the About Face blush. This is the Cheek Freak Blush Balm in the shade Raunchy. Of course, I was going to pick up the peachy shade. So I put it on today, and I think it looks really nice. It's a very, very soft, buildable formula, so I'm going to have to try it out a bit more. But so far, I like how it applied, so... And I really like the packaging. So that's the only new product I'm wearing besides the Yucca palette. It's still pretty new. And then for my highlight, I used the Artist Couture Diamond Luxe Luminizer in the shade Glow Money. I haven't used this in a hot second, so I wanted to use it today. It's a really pretty, like, yellowish gold highlighter. And then I just set my face with my Do It spray and then used my brow blush gel by ColourPop in my brows. And then for my lips... I don't know why every time these lipsticks come up online, I want to use it. But honestly, this color was just so perfect to go with the rose on this shirt. So I went in with the Jaclyn Hill lipstick in the shade Obsessed. I've never had any issues with mine. It applies really, really nicely. It is getting a bit, like, oily at this point because it is, like, a couple of years old. But... I've never had any issues with, like, hair or anything, and every time I wear it, it does feel pretty comfortable. So it feels a little gritty sometimes, but it's not, like, unwearable. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the looks for this week. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at SBW819 and check my Poshmark at the same handle. I can't believe I've kept up with these videos for the last couple of months. I thought I was literally going to have no time to keep up with them, but I'm glad that I am, and I'm glad that people are enjoying them because I do see more comments on these videos than some of my other videos. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, bye!